Hi, so for my guiding memory video, I'm going to talk about when I learned how to DJ records. I've been collecting records since I was like 10, so about 30 plus years. All my records are over here. Boom, 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 boom. But yeah, so I've always been interested in learning to DJ, and I've always had friends that were DJs, and I was always curious and watching and wanting to know more, but kind of like embarrassed because it was like cool, and I didn't want to seem like I didn't know what I was talking about. So I was always kind of nervous to get into it. But finally, one of my good friends was asked me, he was like, have you ever tried to DJ or gotten into it? And I was like, no, but I'm interested. So that's where it started. And then what I really remember was how not judgmental the guy was, because in the DJ culture, it's a very cool place, and everyone kind of like is too big for the britches, I guess is the best way to say it. So it was always like a really threatening environment. But this guy that was my friend, he was just very cool. And the way he taught me was just very hands-on. He was like, okay, well, I have a DJ set so and so on a date, and he's like, just come out and just watch me. And kind of, so I went behind the tables with him at his set, and kind of just watched him, and he walked me through like what he was doing, how he would start like beat matching and using the crossfader and using and describing all the knobs and buttons and what they did. And so once I got kind of a foundational understanding of what was going on and how the system worked, then I started kind of experimenting. And then once I got my feet wet and I started getting into it, I was like, oh, it was way less threatening. So the hands-on portion of it for me was like probably the biggest part that helped me really start to learn and understand and develop my own style of how I was DJing, and still DJ today. Pre-COVID, I was doing it a lot, not so much anymore, and just because I'm older and I don't have as much time. But that was probably one of my most cherished memories, learning something, because it was something I was so afraid of initially. And then once I actually started getting into it, I really enjoyed it. And his teaching method was just so open, and like made me feel okay not knowing what was going on and asking questions. And I think that's kind of one of the most important elements to what a teacher can do, is kind of set the stage for a learning environment and make it so it's less threatening and scary. So that was my example. Thank you.